Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Flayhigh Field for tonight's senior night matchup between the visiting Ashland Clockers and your Westwood Wolverines. We ask at this time if you can turn your attention to the field as we begin the pregame festivities. Kicking off first, we'll be honoring 10 Ashland seniors. Starting with number 15, Olivia Bollinger. Number 19, Maggie Carter. Number 22, Emma Chapman. Number 17, Wiley Chapman. Number 10, Morgan Dubanowitz. Number 2, Lizzie Forster. Number 0, Heidi Hausman. Number 5, Anna McGinnis. Number 7, Laura McAdoo. And number 8, Julia Schreiber. Let's get it up for your Ashland seniors. And now for your Westwood seniors. Tonight, we gather to honor 4 exceptional student athletes who have given their heart and souls to our beloved team. It is with great pride and admiration that we recognize these senior players who have poured their dedication, sweat, and passion into every moment on this field. Your legacy will forever be etched into the history of Westwood Lacrosse. You've led by example, and your dedication has inspired underclassmen to follow your footsteps. Coupled with honoring the seniors, we'd be remiss not to celebrate the senior parents as well. You have provided unwavering support and encouragement to these athletes throughout their journey. Your sacrifices, whether cheering from the stands, carpooling to practice, or simply being a shoulder to lean on, have played an essential role in their success, and we thank you. To kick off Westwood seniors, number 3, Vivian Bean. Vivian is joined by her parents, Suzanne and Peter. She is also a member of the Westwood swim team and will be attending Fairfield University in the fall. Next up, number 9, Katie Krumzik. Katie is joined by her parents, Julie and Dave, as well as siblings Jane, Tommy, and Billy, grandfather Tom McCusker. Katie is also a field hockey player and will be attending the University of Wisconsin in the fall. Next up, number 16, senior captain Ava Kelly. Ava is joined by her parents, Tracy and Sean, siblings Patrick, Nick, and Christian. Ava is also a field hockey player and is going to be attending University of Wisconsin in the fall. And lastly, senior captain, don't want to get ahead of myself. And last but not least, number 17, senior captain, Hillary Noble. Hillary is joined by her parents, Doug and Tappan, also siblings Margaret and Hattie. Hillary will be attending Skidmore College in the fall, where she will be playing lacrosse. Let's get it up one last time for your Westwood seniors. All right, from one microphone to the other, Morgan Donahue here on microphone, Evan Cardamino here on camera. It is senior night for your Westwood Wolverines, honoring 4 seniors tonight, honoring Vivian Bean, number 3, number 16, Ava Kelly, number 9, Katie Krumzik, and number 17, Hillary Noble. 4 terrific student athletes who have certainly made their mark on this program. And as mentioned from the earlier address, they've set that standard for the underclassmen and the example to set moving forward, which the seniors before them did and the seniors before them did, which has made Westwood the program it is today. Dating back, how many years, but a team that's always played the game hard, that's played honest, that's always fighting for the next goal, that's always around the top for the MIAA state tournament, winning numerous state championships, and obviously more homework to be done this year for the Division II state championship run. A lot of great teams in the division. We did the game last week where Westwood took on number 6 Long Meadow. Westwood was number 8 at the time from the MIAA Power Rankings. Westwood beat them 16-5, and from that win they moved down to number 7. Long Meadow stayed at number 6, but today is a good matchup. It's a TVL large matchup, which the TVL large teams play each other twice in the season. They'll play one at home, one away. But Ashland, they've been a pretty tough team in the TVL. They're 11-4 on the season. Westwood, I believe 13-3 on the season. Westwood beat Ashland earlier in the season 15-4, but Ashland's hung tough in all of their games. The only losses that they've had on the season are Medfield. 2 Medfield losses, 1 to Westwood and then 1 to Nantucket. So certainly a team that's hung tough with some of the best teams here in the state. Would make for obviously a well-anticipated game here. But nothing better than night games here at Flay Hive. It is 6 o'clock on a beautiful night. It is Monday, May 13th. And, we're expecting a great game. And it's a lot of buzz here with the senior night. We got the parents on the field as well as siblings on the field from the pregame celebration. And after a somewhat rainy and balmy April and early May, we're really starting to get into some of the best weather days of the year. Not too hot. This is the best year, in my opinion, in the spring where it doesn't get too humid. And these are some great games, some of the most memorable games, especially last year's run in the playoffs. Where mentioned in the pregame, the attitude of these Westwood ladies, there's no quit, no matter how much time's left on the clock. It really reminds me of the Long Meadow game. Down a goal, less than a minute left. It's pretty much almost an assurity that Long Meadow's going to win. Westwood didn't quit. They knocked that ball on the ground. Katie Sullivan knocked it loose. They picked it up. They went the other way. They scored to tie it. 1 overtime was not enough. They took it to 2 overtimes. Time was running down, 13 seconds left, and Caroline Nozzolillo put it in the back of the net to win an overtime in the quarterfinals. But so many great memories that we've seen out of this class over the years, playoffs, regular season. It's not easy to play for Westwood High, especially Westwood High Girls Lacrosse. Up until this year, they've been Division I at a town that has 16,000 residents. They're really only in Division I because of, they've been a great lacrosse team for many, many years. But they've answered the bell. They've had high expectations. They've showed up and they've delivered. And you got to give these girls credit. In the big games versus these very, very large teams, they've never, they've never backed down and they've come out on top. So it's been an absolute pleasure to watch these seniors, these 4 special seniors the last several years. But to have a day like today, to be able to celebrate it, and you're really also celebrating the parents. The parents have done a tremendous job, from day one of when they picked up the stick for the first time, and getting them to practice and being there to support them, and to be there, to lay a shoulder on. The season's not, easy. It's not, rainbows and butterflies. There's times in the season where it's very frustrating, tough losses. That you need to bounce back from, and having support systems in your parents and guardians is a huge factor in these girls' careers, and staying at the top of their game the way they've done. So as much of a thank you and celebration is to the players, you definitely got to thank the parents and the contributions they've brought throughout these years. Some of the best years of your life, playing with your best friends here on these fields in some memorable games, that's for sure. I'd be remiss not to give a shout out to the great folks at Westwood Media Center, Evan Cardamino, who leads the sports coverage here in Westwood. We've had countless memories this year on the playing fields, and you know what, it's been across multiple sports. We've witnessed a no-hitter in softball. We've witnessed some great baseball games. We witnessed a first home run that we've seen at Russ Downs Field, never seen that. But some great boys and girls lacrosse games, some tennis matchups, but a terrific job as we're now getting closer towards the end of the season, but also to what matters the most is the playoffs. So shout out Westwood Media Center, done a terrific job. Shout out Evan, my battery mate, and a lot of fun memories that will be remembered for years to come for these special student athletes. So about ready to kick off. Refs are heading out on the field. Ashland is heading out on the field. We are a couple minutes from being game ready and game live. But a couple things to note from our last game we did was the Long Meadow game. It was a terrific win for Westwood over a top-ranked team. Ashley Mackin, Evan, she had 12 draw controls. I was talking to head coach Margot Spatola. That was incredible. It's not common to see large numbers like that. It happens, but to do it versus a very talented team in Long Meadow, unbelievable accomplishment for the sophomore. Which, when you're winning those face-offs, they were turning into possessions, turning into goals. So being able to win, by 11 goals, a major factor of that was because of those draw controls for Ashley Mackin, and she's gonna step right back in the usual spot. We got Caroline Nozzolillo on one wing and Charlotte DeMayo on the other. The ball's in the air and we're live. Ball and turf picked up by Ashland. Number 5, that's Anna McGinnis. Errant throw, ball hits the turf, picked up by Kate Sullivan. Kate Sullivan is going, crosses the 50. He's going to settle it down low. Thurmond going back behind the net in her usual spot. She's had a lot of terrific assists from that back X spot position area. She had 4 goals in the last game versus Longmeadow. And a breakout game for Cecilia. Terrific offensive player for the Wolverines.
Wait, you can change it?
And they're getting right back to work. The cutters are rolling.
Oh, so you want me to change it?
Down low to Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo, she's going to work it inwards, pauses, sends it inside to number 2. That's Bridget Hughes. Bridget holds on it. This is back to Thurmond. Thurmond to Charlotte. Nozzolillo. Don't be surprised if you see some power moves. Noz fakes it but pulls out. She does a great job of using her frame to work inside and get a great shot off on that. Emily DeMeo pass it inside to Kate Sullivan. Kate back inside to Charlotte. Charlotte in some traffic. We got a whistle before the shot. So it looks like it's a violation, or it's going to be a shooting space. So it's going to be Charlotte DeMeo's ball, about 12 yards in front of the goalie with some space. Charlotte goes to the net, shot and score! Charlotte DeMeo for the first goal. Put the Wolverines up 1-0. Definitely something you want to see on those shooting spaces. There's only so many you get during a game. Take advantage of them, especially with an angle like that. And Charlotte does. Great shot. Finds the bottom left of the net for the first goal. But those are some good passes. Before she got, the shooting space, a good pass that went over to Kate Sullivan. Kate Sullivan dished it right into DeMeo. DeMeo in traffic went to shoot and got the call there. So a draw control there by Nozzolillo. Picks it up lefty, sends it over to Hughes. And Hughes going to send it down low to Krumzik. And Westwood's going to work it around. Noz fakes the pass, holds it, sends it down low to Hughes, to Charlotte. Good job by the Westwood Wolverines here, patient. They've done a good job of showing their patience, not forcing passes. You get a whistle on the field. Kate Sullivan's going to have the possession. She look back door, she's going to send it down low. That's to Hughes. Hughes shoots, gets deflected. And it's going to be picked up there by Thurmond. So good backup there by number 19 for the Wolverines, Cecilia Thurmond. Ball got loose, picked up by Emily. Emily with a nice move, takes some heavy traffic, and we got a whistle. So she's going to have some room. Does she have an angle? It looks like she does. She's going to follow her sister's footsteps with a shooting space, but she's going to pass over to Sullivan. Sullivan down low to Noz, and Noz scores. What a pass and goal. So Emily DeMeo on the shooting space pulls out, passes up top to her left, Kate Sullivan. Kate Sullivan inside to Caroline Nozzolillo for the finish. We've been seeing that a lot. Shooting spaces where not everyone's going to the net, and they'll do a pass like that outside, and quite frankly, it does open up some doors, and it does create good offense. When we've seen that, we've seen a lot of pockets open up in front of the net. Westwood's able to get the ball there and take advantage for it. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Ashland. So Ashland's got it. Looks like number 5. That is Ann McGinnis. Ann McGinnis behind the net. Good job there by Jen Mackin, able to keep her outside. Hillary Noble playing some good D there. Hillary Noble, one of the senior captains, as well as Ava Kelly, number 16 for the Wolverines, been doing a terrific job on the back end for the Wolverines defense. Shot on net, saved by Donnellan. And Donnellan back to playing her big game that she's been playing the last several games we've been watching. Donnellan, she had some huge saves last game versus Longmeadow.
And she gets Noble on the cross, and then over to Krumzik. Krumzik's got some space. She's going to send it downfield to Thurman. Gets by her, but picked up by Ashland. Number 2, Lizzie Forster. And Ashland looking to get to work. Thurman is on her. Typically, you don't see Thurman down in the defensive zone. She's plays attack for Westwood, but you know what? She certainly has played great defense on the turnover. And save there by Donnellan. Great save. Catherine Donnellan, junior goaltender for the Wolverines. 2 big saves early on. Wolverines all over Ashland. Able to get the ball loose. That was Mackin who was able to do that. Picked up by Hillary Noble with some speed. She's got some space. She's going to send it over to Kate Sullivan, who's got some space as well. Looking to pass, and she does, to Nozzolillo. Now Nozzolillo back to Sullivan. Saved by the goaltender by Ashland. That was a point-blank opportunity and a great save there by Ashland. I believe it was their goaltender number 15, Elena Duffy. So great save there. Back-to-back, Westwood's goalie Donnellan on a big save. Picked off there by DeMeo. DeMeo going to the net. Shot, score! Emily DeMeo. Ball was passed by the goalie, hit the turf. 1 hop, she picks up the interception, goes right to the net, switches lefty, gets the Wolverine goal, the 3rd goal. So we got both DeMeos on the board. Charlotte with the 1st goal, Emily with the 3rd, Caroline Nozzolillo in between with the 2nd goal. Back to the face-off dot we go. Mackin, ball in the air. It's heading towards the Ashland sideline and picked up by Ashland. Have a whistle, but the ref says play on. Number 2, Lizzie Forster is going to send it up to 19, Maggie Carter. And Ashland working it up there. So early on, some good saves from both goaltenders. Westwood with a nice shooting space goal to open up by Charlotte DeMeo. And Donnellan is able to get a stick on that pass for the interception. So Donnellan, very active early on, doing a terrific job for the Wolverines. She's looking for an open player on the breakout. She finds Hillary Noble. No one better on Westwood this year who's been able to break it out for them. We got a whistle on the field. She's going to pick it up and she's going to get moving. She's going to send it over there to, looks like it was Charlotte DeMeo, over to Cecilia Thurman. So Cecilia Thurman going to bring it down low. Goes over to Hughes. Krumzik. Sullivan. Back up top from Emily DeMeo to Charlotte DeMeo. And they're going around the infield. Thurman looking to create some space. Makes a switch. Goes back. Going to send it over our sideline. Ball is heading for the out of bounds, and it does go out of bounds. So it'll be an Ashland ball on a Westwood turnover. Number 6 for Ashland makes a nice move avoiding some players. Ball does get loose and picked up by Westwood. That's Krumzik. Krumzik's got a few players closing in on her. Does a good job protecting the ball. So it was a whistle infraction on Ashland. He's going to stay with Westwood. So Krumzik doing a good job protecting that ball. She took a stick, a legal stick that knocked it loose, but stays with Westwood. Westwood looking to get back to work and get that 4th goal. Kate Sullivan's got it. Kate Sullivan had 2 goals last game versus Longmeadow. Caroline Nozzolillo with 6 goals. I'm not sure if it was a career high, but certainly wouldn't be surprised. It was a terrific effort on the day, and she was firing on all cylinders. Pass inside, and a goal by Nozzolillo on a great pass from Thurman. Thurman threading the needle there. Nozzolillo caught it, held onto it, and then put that in the back of the net. It looked like she might have made a quick move to get the goalie to commit to, putting the stick where she thought the ball was going to go, and then went elsewhere for the Wolverine goal. What a connection. That was at least a 20 20-yard pass, maybe 25-yard pass from Thurman, who's been doing it all year behind that net for a terrific goal there, the Wolverines' 4th goal. Ball is in the air and caught by Charlotte DeMeo. So a nice draw control there, and goes to Thurman going the other way. So how quickly is that? You get the goal, you go to the face-off. Westwood already got the ball now back down in the offensive zone, looking to score the next one. And this is what they've been doing terrific lately, is scoring goals, very quick goals in bunches, and making it difficult for teams to get back in the games. It's a sign of a good team, especially when you have the defense that they have. Pass in by Nazalilla to Charlotte DeMeo. Charlotte scores. That's Charlotte's 2nd of the game on a great pass from Nazalillo for the Wolverines' 5th goal. And a great start here in the first quarter, excuse me. 3 minutes, 41 seconds left, and that's going to cause a timeout called by Ashland. So coming back from a timeout called by Ashland, Westwood up 5-0. 3 minutes, 41 seconds left here in the first. Mackin at the dot. Charlotte DeMeo, Caroline Nazalillo on the wings. Ball in the air on the turf, picked up by Nazalillo. So Nazalillo with 2 goals, Charlotte DeMeo with 2 goals, and Emily DeMeo for Westwood's 5 goals. Off to a great start here at Flahive Field Monday night, May 13th on senior night. Kate Sullivan looking inside, she holds. Over to Charlotte DeMeo. Got a whistle on the field. Infraction on Ashland. Charlotte's going to take the possession. She doesn't have a direct path to the net, or maybe she does. She does have a direct path, so we'll see what she does here. They're going to give it to Katie Krumzik. So Krumzik, senior, number 9, she's got an angle to the net. She shoots, saved by the goaltender, number 50, Elena Duffy with the save. Westwood comes back and shoots and scores. Looks like that was Bridget Hughes. Yeah, number 2, Bridget Hughes on the rebound. So Duffy saves the first one by Krumzik. And then Bridget Hughes, the freshman, picks it up for the goal. So great goal by Bridget Hughes for the Wolverines in the 6th goal. Smart heads up play there, you know, is ready at all costs for any rebounds. They'll bounce anywhere and everywhere. Hughes saw it, picked it up, put it in the back of the net for the Wolverines' 6th goal. And Westwood back to work with a win. Draw control there by Mackin. He's going to send it to Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo to Krumzik. Krumzik takes some contact. Ref blows the whistle and says play on. Emily DeMeo to Thurmond. Nozzolillo looking to make a move, cuts inside, shot just wide. Great move there by Nozzolillo. That's the move we were talking about when she gets that power move. Able to get inside, get a nice angle to shoot on the net. And she did, just missed it wide. Ball's going to stay with Westwood. So it looks like we have a shooting space. Noz had it. So it must have been a call before she had shot that. They called a shooting space as she was cutting to the net. And we're going to get a redo here. So we'll see what, not much of an angle, but does she find, yeah, she's going to send it down low to Thurman. So smart move there. We've seen a lot of good connections on cutters. One there as well. Kate Sullivan there with the goal on a pass from Krumzik. So Kate Sullivan on the board for the Wolverines' 7th goal. Now Wolverines been finding those cutters, and those cutters have been turning those passes into goals. Get off to a blazing hot start. 7 goals with 1 minute 33 seconds left here in the first quarter. Ball on turf, picked up by Ashland. Julia Schreiber with the draw control. Julia looking to go to the net. Good job by Westwood, keeping her to the outside. Number 5 making a move, going to the net, trying to go to the net, and kept to the outside by Westwood. That's Anna McGinnis on Ashland. Great job by the Wolverines defense. A lot of athleticism there down low, where they're able to use their speed and their agility to just keep them outside of the high scoring areas. It's like having 5-6 defensive backs. Really hard to get any kind of offense when you have athleticism that can meet your athleticism and be able to do stuff like this by getting the ball on the ground. Ball hits the turf, picked up, and it's a Westwood ball. So it was a whistle, but the ref had said it was an infraction on Ashland. Westwood ball going the other way. Sullivan sends it over to Krumzik, hits the turf, being battled for. Great job by Krumzik to create some leverage. Picks it up. Ball gets knocked loose, and still loose. And it's going to be an Ashland ball. So Ashland now has it. Going to go the other way. Julia Schreiber with it. Ball knocked loose by Westwood. Nozzolillo able to knock it down. She's got it going the other way. She's going to send it up. Just misses Kate Sullivan on the connection. And that's going to be the end of the first. So great first period, first quarter by Westwood. Up 7-0 on Ashland. Westwood with a white-hot start, starting off the game 7-0. Goals by Charlotte DeMeo, Caroline Nozzolillo, Emily DeMeo, Caroline Nozzolillo again, Charlotte DeMeo again. Then goal by freshman Bridget Hughes, and then Kate Sullivan for the Wolverines' 7th goal, all in the first quarter. So blazing hot start for the Wolverines. Looking to pick up where they were left off here to start the second quarter. Mackin at the dot. Nozzolillo and Sullivan on the wing. Ball's in the air, hits the turf, being battled for. And Ashland looking to get a stick on it, and it was infraction on Westwood, so Ashland ball. Ashland going to work it down low. They're going to get to work in the offensive zone. We've seen a couple big saves already from Donnellan, the Wolverine goaltender, number 20. Donnellan, a junior for the Wolverines. Been doing a terrific job in the net for them this season. Ashland looking for some cutters. Westwood doing a good job on the defense of those. Jen Mackin. Oh, picked off there by Emily DeMeo. Emily DeMeo picks off a pass, and she's got the feet moving. She's got some speed. Crosses the 50. Doing a good job there. Ball gets loose. Going to stay with Westwood. That was about 50 yards of sprinting there by DeMeo, doing a good job off that interception. And Westwood getting to work down in their end. Nozzolillo with it behind the net. Over to Hughes, or that was Krumzik, excuse me. Sullivan. Charlotte DeMeo to Hughes. Hughes inside to Kate Sullivan. Kate Sullivan with a move, and Kate Sullivan scores. But we got a whistle, folks. Looks like it was before the shot attempt, so Kate Sullivan's going to have a shooting space. Kate Sullivan, she's going to hold it righty, typically a lefty, shoots righty, saved by the goaltender. The save by number 50, Elena Duffy, having a terrific game on the Ashland side. She's had about 4 saves so far for the Clockers. And this is where Westwood does a terrific job, is defending on the breakouts. They're able to get so many balls loose on the field, turning into offense. So it looked like one there. The ball must have gone out of bounds, and it's a Westwood ball. So Krumzik's got it. Krumzik looking inside. Going to set it up top to Sullivan. Sullivan, terrific passer for the Wolverines. She's going to work lefty. Inside, ball gets loose. Hits the turf, but picked up by Nozzolillo. Sullivan, whether it's lefty or righty, she's great at passing. It's like a point guard in basketball. She like dishes it, has found Nozzolillo a bunch of times in front of the net or around the net for a lot of assists. Thurman looking inside, finds Emily DeMeo. Emily pulls out of traffic. He's going to back out for another look. Sends it to Nozzolillo, who's in traffic, takes a couple whacks, ball gets loose. And she's going to have an opportunity here. She took a couple whacks. Looks like she's got a limp going. Looked like she took a whack high and a whack around the legs. So feeling it on the stick. So we're going to get a quick player timeout. I believe she's going to get looked at by Paul Lilla, head trainer for Westwood. And they're going to give the ball to Charlotte DeMeo on the shooting space. So Charlotte with 2 goals already. It's going to go to the net. Shot. Score! So Charlotte DeMeo for the goal. And Westwood's 8th goal. Charlotte's going to have to thank Caroline there. Caroline took a couple whacks to get the shooting space. But great job by Charlotte to step in there and to get a goal for the Wolverines, and her 3rd goal. So many different options, dangerous options for the Wolverines. Who do you defend? You can't choose one because they'll send it to someone else who's going to take it to the net or find a cutter or, make a dodge to the net for a goal. There's so many weapons. Ball on the ground, picked up by Mackin for the draw control. Nice win there by the sophomore. She's had a few herself tonight. We've seen her with a few. We've seen Nozzolillo. We've seen Sullivan, all with draw controls. From Westwood. Emily DeMeo has the ball in her stick, gets hit with a stick, gets loose, and she's going to have the ball around the 10-yard line. She's going to have an angle. She's pulled out the last couple for a pass. She's going to go to the net here. The ball was getting loose, but it looks like there was a foul on her way to the net. So we're going to get a redo. So she went to the net there. Let's see if she does that here. And she pulls out here. So she's going to pass that over to Mackin. Mackin's got away. She's going to shoot on the net, and she scores. So as we mentioned earlier, on the shooting spaces where we've seen them not go to the net, they've done typically a quick pass, but that's been just as impactful offensive-wise. And Mackin, able to take that pass, goes right to the net in traffic and scores the Wolverine 9th goal. So great job there by Jen Mackin on a pass from Emily DeMeo. And the Wolverines have not slowed down. 9-0. 7 minutes, 51 seconds left here in the second quarter. And they're looking to add more. Ball on the turf. Battled for by Mackin. Looked like it was close to going out of bounds. Stays inbounds. Picked up by number 5, Ann McGinnis. So McGinnis still has it. Going to pass it down low. To 13, Lily Vitti. Over to 16, Erin Hickey. Erin's going to work it around to number 6. And back over to number 8, Julia Schreiber, senior for Ashland. Nice touch before the game. Schreiber looking to go to the net. She shoots, and she scores. So Ashland on the board with the Schreiber goal. Nice move there by Schreiber, going left to right, and finds a corner in the net for the goal. I was saying before that goal, it was a nice touch by Westwood. It's their senior night, and obviously honored Westwood seniors. They also honored the 10 Ashland seniors. It was a nice, classy gesture by Westwood, by head coach Margot Spatola and team to honor their seniors on the opponent team in Ashland, the Ashland Clockers. So that was a goal by senior Julia Schreiber on Ashland for Ashland's first goal. So Westwood up 9-1 with 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Ashland gets the draw control, and they're looking to get it across the 50, and they do. Nice move there by number 8, Julia Schreiber, the goal scorer. Keep an eye on her. She's got some good moves. She's not afraid to take it to the net. Certainly a good player on a talented Ashland team. But as mentioned, certainly top heavy in seniors. There's 10 seniors for Ashland. Westwood only has 4. So it's a team that has a lot of leadership. Number 5 looking inside, shot and score. So that was another goal by Schreiber on the pass from Ann McGinnis. So Schreiber now with the first 2 goals for Ashland. And that was a pass from senior Anna McGinnis. So as we were mentioning, a lot of leadership, 10 seniors. They've played a lot of games together. And Ashland always a tough team in the TVL large. You don't go 11-4 by mistake, folks. And the TVL ain't exactly an easy league when you get the likes of Westwood. You've got to play them twice every year. You've got to play Medfield twice every year. They play Dover Sherborne, who has been the D4 state champion the last few years. D4 or D3, I'm not sure which one. Medfield's been the D2 for the last couple years. And then, Westwood for the last 3 years. 2 of the last 3 state champions for Division 1. Whistle on the field, and it looks like it's going to be a shooting space for Sullivan. So Sullivan had one earlier, was saved by Duffy. Sullivan with another chance here is going to go to the net. Shot and save again by Duffy. Duffy very active with some big saves, particularly on some of the shooting spaces from Westwood. And hanging tough back there in the net for the Clockers. So Westwood looking to get the ball on the ground. They do. So Thurman gets it. Sends it inside to Hughes. Hughes going to the net, holds, shot, and a save again by Duffy. So Ashland ball. Westwood was able to get that ball on the turnover. They passed from Thurman to Hughes. She went right to the net, and a big save by Duffy, and Ashland got the ball going the other way. Got a stick on it there. Charlotte DeMayo able to get a stick on it, picked up by Jen Mackin. Mackin to Kate Sullivan. Sullivan looking inside. She's going to send her over Hughes. So Hughes, very impressive. She's been getting a lot of playing time the last several games. She's a freshman. And she is confident out there. You couldn't tell, unless you look at the roster. But she's confident out there. She's not afraid to shoot it. She's been contributing, and kudos to her. A big piece added to the puzzle for the Wolverines on offense to make this the team that it is right now, a very hot team in Division II. They've won their last 7 games over some great teams. pass looking inside, gets past Mackin. It's heading for the sideline. Run down by Sullivan, goes out of bounds. Ashland ball. Westwood looking to get a ball on the ground. All over these Ashland players on the transition. Ashland does get it across the 50. They got some speed. Number 13, Lily Vitti. Lily's looking inside. Looks like she's going to settle it down behind the net or beside the net, and she does. And Ashland looking to build some momentum. They've got a couple goals. Both goals out of senior Schreiber. That's her right there, folks, number 8. Keep an eye on her. She's got some great moves. She's good, has some great passes like that one, but good job by Westwood to knock it loose. Picked up on the ground by Olivia Mason, sophomore for the Wolverines. She's got some speed. Sends it up to Caroline Nozzolillo. Good to see Caroline back after taking a couple whacks, and looks like she's got her stride back as well with some good speed. Sends it inside to Charlotte, and Charlotte scores. So just when you thought Westwood was going to slow it down, set it up, Nozzolillo goes behind the net, but then passes it right into the opening to Charlotte DeMayo for the goal, and Westwood's 10th goal. And that is Charlotte's 4th goal of the game. Four goals, and it's not even the end of the first half yet. Terrific start to the game for junior Charlotte DeMayo, and a great pass by Nozzolillo. We saw Nozzolillo take some contact early. She came off the field, and Charlotte DeMayo took the shooting space for her, but good to see Nozzolillo back. She looked certainly healthy there. Had some great speed, slowed it down, made it look like they were going to set it up behind the net. Nope, shame on me. Sends it over to Charlotte DeMayo for the goal. You know, just when you think Westwood's going to do one thing, they do the other, and they, have gotten some great goals from that. They're not a team that you can a shot on net and score by number 5. Ann McGinnis, senior. Well, back to that DeMayo goal. Westwood does a good job of keeping you guessing. When my hockey days, coaching hockey, I always try to tell the players, don't be predictable. The other teams are trying to figure out where you're going, what you're trying to do to get a jump on those passes, interceptions. If you keep them guessing, you'll catch them trying to, cut corners. You'll catch them trying to read plays, and then you turn into, 2-on-1s and some odd man, odd woman rushes. So Westwood's done a terrific job of that. Just when you think, they're going to slow a play down and maybe set things up, they go right to the net, find open players, and they end up scoring quick goals like that. So these are certainly worked on during practice. Ball is loose, hits the turf, heading towards the Ashland sideline. It's going to be picked up there by number 5, Anna McGinnis. She's the latest goal scorer for Ashland. Olivia Mason playing D. Good job there. Looks like there's some kind of infraction, though. We're going to say Ashland ball, play on. Number 5 going to the net. She shoots and she scores. And that's going to be her 2nd goal for Ann McGinnis. So Ashland chipping away and getting back slowly in this game. Started with 2 goals by Schreiber, and now 2 goals from McGinnis. It's unbelievable. I mean, it felt like, Evan, that was maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We're 2 minutes left in the second quarter. What a fast back and forth quarter we've had so far in the second quarter. We've seen 7 goals total, 3 for Westwood, 4 for Ashland. And right back to the faceoff dot, and Ashland with the win. Schreiber on the dot with the draw control. Ball hits the ground. It's going to be picked up by 24 for Westwood. 24 is Elizabeth Weeman. Weeman looking back. Going to send it to Kelly. Kelly going to send it over to Hillary Noble. Watch this, folks. Hillary Noble, when she gets the feet moving, which she does, has some space. She's going to cross the 50 herself. Goes by a couple different players. Still has the ball. Going to the net. She has some space. Looking to shoot. Holds on it. Oh, that would have been something to see and something very deserving. Hillary Noble, senior D, run all that way. You love to see defense score. It doesn't happen often, but that would have been quite the goal. Big time effort there from her. She's going to stay in the offensive zone, so keep an eye on her. She certainly deserves a goal. Makes a move, sends it down low. Ball is loose, picked up by Nozzolillo. Looked like Nozzolillo may have gone in the crease, or it might have been an infraction on Ashland. So I believe she did go in the crease, and it's going to be an Ashland ball. So just under a minute left here, 54 seconds in the second quarter. Westwood looking to get the ball on the ground. Nice pass there by the goaltender Duffy to her defensive partner. It was like number 19 on the pass. Maggie Carter. Maggie Carter, senior for Ashland. Oh, Noble able to get a stick on that, but bounces and then picked up by number 8, Julia Schreiber. Schreiber with 2 goals already, makes a move. Mason on D. Great job by Mason there. Had some help by Vivian Bean. Ball hits the turf. Looking to be picked up by Westwood, but Ashland gets the possession. Ashland going to send it inside. Number 3, Peyton Tripp. 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot. Just misses. So good job there by Westwood to keep the ball out of the net in the last 10 seconds. And after 2 quarters, 1/2 of lacrosse, Westwood 10, Ashland 4. Both teams coming back to the field to kick off the second half. It's 10-4 Westwood through 1/2 of play. Westwood off to a very hot start in the first quarter. They scored 7 goals. No goals scored by Ashland in the first quarter. Then they started getting hot. So Ashland in the second quarter outscored Westwood 4-3. We had goals by Schreiber, 2 goals by Schreiber for Ashland, 2 goals by McGinnis. In the second quarter for Wolverine, Charlotte DeMeo with 2 goals and Jen Mackin with a goal. Jen Mackin at the dot, Charlotte DeMeo, and looks like Charlotte DeMeo, and it was number 6 for Westwood, Nozzolillo. Is that Nozzolillo or is it different? I can't tell. We are up in the booth here at Flavor. It was Nozzolillo. So Nozzolillo was on the wing there. And Westwood gets the draw control going to work. Emily DeMeo looks inside, finds Charlotte DeMeo, the Krumzik, senior for Westwood. So Charlotte, 4 goals in the first half for Westwood. Ball hits the turf, picked up by Emily. Westwood's done a great job of finding that cutters and open players either going to the net or in front of the net. Ball gets knocked loose. Call on Ashland. It's going to be Katie Krumzik's ball. Krumzik goes inside and pulls back to Sullivan. Sullivan going to send it down low. Nozzolillo. Nozzolillo holds it. Going to send it up top to Charlotte DeMeo. Nice catch. Ball was a little high. Did a good job able to catch that and maintain possession. Sends it inside to Hughes. Hughes with a goal already today. It was inside. Sends it over to Sullivan. Sullivan looking to make a move. Good job there by Ashland defense, keeping Westwood to the outside. Sends down low to Charlotte. Charlotte down low to Thurmond. And Thurmond to Charlotte for the goal. So a little give and go there for the Wolverines. Charlotte DeMeo sends it to Thurmond and then back to Charlotte for her 5th goal. So Charlotte DeMeo, 5 goals already, and we are only basically a minute 40 seconds, a minute 38 seconds into the second half. That is a torrid start for the Wolverine junior. And a bunch of assists already from Thurmond. And a win there on a draw. Nozzolillo picks it up. Ball hit the turf, but looked like there was some contact there. Gonna send it to Krumzik. Down to Hughes. Hughes to Thurmond. Thurmond is an assist machine. Reminds me of Katie McGowan, watching her this year on UMass. So many assists, and a lot of them from behind the net. Does a terrific job of finding those openings. Anticipates where the players are going to be. Throws a good pass. Nozzolillo is going to take some contact. She's going to have it for an opportunity. The Wolverines up 11-3 here. DeMeo with the last goal. Nozzolillo's got a chance here. She's got an angle just a little bit right. Shot and score. An absolute rocket by Caroline Nozzolillo. The Wolverines' 12th goal. That's the third goal for Nozzolillo. And that was an absolute rocket. She took one or two steps and just fired that in the back of the net. Westwood getting two quick goals to start off the third quarter. I'm sure they didn't like how kind of things ended in the second quarter. Ashland with 4 goals. Mackin with the ball takes some contact. And she's going to have an opportunity here. But Westwood off to a hot start after Ashland put a couple goals in put 4 goals in the second quarter to get on the board and cut into that lead. But Westwood right out of the gate hot. Mackin has it, sends it down low, was looking for Thurmond. Ball got loose and picked up by the Ashland goaltender. So Duffy's got it, number 50. And she's going to have a challenge because Westwood has been doing a terrific job making it very difficult on these clear attempts. So 13 gets the pass. It was a nice pass there by Duffy. 13 moving the feet. 13's going to send it upfield. And Ashland looking to keep it inbounds. They do, but ball was knocked loose there by, it looked like Nozzolillo. Whistle on the field. Stays with Ashland. We're going to send it over to number 13, Lily Vitti. Vitti to 19, Maggie Carter. And up to number 5, Ann McGinnis. Ann McGinnis with a couple goals for Ashland. Keep an eye on her. McGinnis and Schreiber, terrific athletes, players for Ashland. They've done a good job of finding each other, just like on that pass, but a big save there by Donnellan. Donnellan on the point-blank attempt. And another save, back-to-back saves by Donnellan. Catherine Donnellan. A brick wall right now for the Wolverines. Went back-to-back on the saves. She has stood tall for the Wolverines in some of the biggest games this year. Pass inside. Looking down low, good job there by Sullivan. Has the stick up, nothing to see for any cutters coming across. Number 8's got it, that's Schreiber. Schreiber's shot, gonna go wide, but did Westwood get the Westwood did. So Westwood was able to beat the Ashland player to the ball, and they're gonna have possession. So heads up play there by Emily DeMeo. She knew the shot was coming, and she sprinted towards the back of the end zone where the ball went through, and Westwood got the possession. It's very rare you see the defensive team do that unless players are out of position. Just absolute heads-up play by Emily DeMeo. And Westwood's got the ball back down low, looking to get the 13th goal, or about halfway through the third quarter. Kate Sullivan, Emily DeMeo. Emily going to switch to righty. Kate Sullivan going to send it over to Krumzik. Krumzik looking, passes inside to Charlotte. Charlotte takes some traffic and some contact, and she's going to have a lane to the net. So Charlotte already 5 goals, looking for her 6th. She's going to go to the net, pulls out, pass to Thurman. Thurman shot off the crossbar. So off the crossbar, and we have an infraction. Might have been a crease violation, and Ashland's got the ball going the other way, and they have some space. So that was an unselfish play by Charlotte DeMeo. Took a couple steps going to the net, then found Thurman coming from behind the net. A little backdoor play. Thurman had a great shot on, hits the crossbar, ball bounced, and I believe there was a crease violation which caused Ashland to have the ball from a turnover. So shot there, or a pass there by Ashland, passing it down low. Going to send it a 14 to number 5, Ann McGinnis. McGinnis with a few goals today. Inside, looking for Schreiber. Picked back up by Ashland. Ashland looking again inside. Schreiber's got it. Schreiber, been a terrific player tonight. Her and Ann McGinnis have been a two-headed monster for the Wolverines, but look at that. 4 players on her right now for Westwood. Terrific job keeping her outside. Westwood doing a good job where they take the risks, calculated risk when they need to. They certainly know who the top players are on the team, and then picked off there. Emily DeMeo with the interception. She's going the other way. She's got some speed, she's got some space. Making a move. She's going to send it over to Krumzik. Krumzik's got it. Going to send it down low to Hughes. Now Hughes going to send it to, looked like it was Thurmond. Oh no, it was to number 12 for Westwood. That's Olivia Shea, but it was picked up by Thurman. So Westwood's got some substitutions in there now. Number 12, Olivia Shea, sophomore for the Wolverines. Krumzik looking to make a move, does. Going to send it down low to Thurman. Thurman in her office. Looking for some cutters. Sends it in, finds one, and a goal. Finds Emily DeMeo for the goal. And another assist for Thurman. Unbelievable. She has been an assist magnet. Cecilia Thurmond. I'm telling you, it reminds me of, just seeing the Westwood's attack. Trying to remember the name here. McGowan for UMass this past year. She broke the assist record for UMass. And just same thing, just setting up, dishing it from behind the net. A big goal there on the connection to Emily DeMeo. But McGowan had something like 55 assists on the year. Incredible year for the graduate senior or graduate player for UMass women's lacrosse. Hughes has got it, looking inside, ball gets loose. Picked up by Ashland. Number 3, he's got it. Going to send it up top, over by the 40. Looking across the 50s, number 10, Morgan Dubanowitz, one of the seniors for Ashland. Some good defense on her. It's 23, that's Ava Meredith, Westwood. Ball's inside, shot, and score. A goal for Ashland. Let's see what number that is. There's a lefty score. I don't know the number yet. I see her teammates congratulating her. But nonetheless, it's the 5th goal for Ashland. On a nice connection there in front of the net. So that makes the score 13, Westwood 13, Ashland 5. Just under 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. It's 2 minutes 54 seconds. We're back at the dot. So Mackin has got Hughes and DeMeo on the wings. And the ball's in the air. being battled for, fought for. It's going to head towards the Westwood defensive line. And it's going to be a Westwood ball. So Westwood's got it. It looks like Hughes. Hughes going to work it down low. Hughes going to send it over to Krumzik. Westwood looking to get an answer on the latest goal from Ashland. Emily DeMayo, a quick spin around. Kate Sullivan. Shea. Hughes. Hughes going to give it to Thurman. Thurman going lefty here. Thurman looking for another assist. Emily. She looks inside, finds sister Charlotte. Charlotte goes lefty. She's going to hang on to it. Goes back in, then slows it down, looks inside there, trying to find Krumzik. Ball hits the turf. And we got a whistle. So a whistle on Westwood. Ashland ball going the other way with 1:20 left in the third quarter. So Ashland picked up by number 4. Allison Brown's got it. She's got some speed. Ashland's going to send it inside, but picked off by Jen Mackin. Able to get a stick on it and goes the other way, up to Charlotte DeMayo. Charlotte's going to send it to Thurman. Thurman with a nice move. He's got some space. She's going lefty. She's going to go behind the net. She is. So great job there by Westwood. Gets the ball, gets the turnover. Jen Mackin sends it down Westwood's way, and Westwood looking to get a goal while the remaining minute, or under a minute, left here in the third quarter. 36 seconds left. Emily DeMayo sends it inside to sister Charlotte, and Charlotte scores. Charlotte DeMayo for her 6th goal. We haven't called as many as we did last year, but there is nothing better than a DeMayo to DeMayo connection. We've called a bunch over the years on the Varner to Varner connections, but certainly makes mom and dad happy when you see the siblings play nice and they work together on some great goals like that. And that is the 6th goal for Charlotte DeMayo. Unbelievable day so far for the junior. Ball in the air, and it's going to be picked up by Charlotte herself. So Charlotte right back to work as the lights start coming. Lights are turned on now here at Flay Hive while the shadows are casting. Thurmond behind the net, starting to cut across, going to hold on it, up to Kate Sullivan. Sullivan looking inside, sends it to Thurman, catches Thurman. Thurman throws it behind the net, and that's going to end it for the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of lacrosse, Westwood 14, Ashland 5. So some great action in the third quarter. Wolverines extending their lead up 14-5 on Ashland. Charlotte DeMayo with her 6th goal of the game. Unbelievable effort from number 10 today. We do have a score update. Boys lacrosse won 14-5 on Ashland. So live updates heard here first on Westwood Media Center. Westwood boys 14-5 over the Ashland boys. So a big win for Westwood lacrosse. They just rolled in on the bus. Wouldn't be surprised if we see them trickle in to catch some of the fourth quarter of their colleagues on the girls lacrosse team. So Ashland with the win and the draw control there. And number 5, Ann McGinnis, been saying her name a lot, as well as Julia Schreiber, 2 outstanding lacrosse players for the Lady Clockers. Great job by Westwood keeping them to the outside. That was Mackin and Meredith. A sophomore and freshman connection there on defense. Looks like we got a shooting space for Ann McGinnis. Going to the net. Saved by Donald. Donaldin again. She has been terrific for the Wolverines. And that's going to come up big in the next couple weeks with Westwood going into the playoffs, having a goaltender that's playing at the top of her game. You know, when you have the offense that they have and also the terrific defense and a stellar goaltender, you can make a deep run, and Westwood has with that in the last several years. Shot on net, and that's a goal by usual suspect Ann McGinnis. That's McGinnis' third of the game. And Ashland's sixth goal. So that gives Ashland their sixth goal. It's a 14-6 game here in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes, 47 seconds left in the game. Back to the face-off dot. Ball goes backwards and picked up by Ashland. Julia Schreiber with the draw control. So Ashland looking to get another goal. Cut into the Westwood goal. So apologies earlier, there was an Ashland goal. We didn't know who scored it. It looked like it was number 10, Dubanowitz. So Dubanowitz had scored Ashland's fifth goal. McGinnis with Ashland's sixth goal. So McGinnis with 3 goals. Schreiber with 2. Shot on net goes just wide. Schreiber with 2. And Dubanowitz with 1. So Maggie McGinnis, sister to Ann McGinnis, passes inside to number 6. Looked like Donaldin got a stick on that and picked up by Charlotte DeMayo. Charlotte DeMayo getting the feet moving, goes outside. She's right onside the numbers, gets inside the 50. She's got 2 bodies on her, gets right by them, takes some contact and still plays on. Great job there. She ran about 70 yards there to bring the ball inside the Wolverines scoring area and down by the end zone. Sends it over to Hughes, who's going to send it over to Thurmond. Top to Ava Meredith. We covered a game, I believe it was Dedham game, where Meredith had her first goal of her career. So congrats to Ava Meredith. And we saw a goal from another freshman today, Hughes, with a goal. I'm not sure if it was her first or not, but if it was, congrats to Hughes. Terrific goal. Heads up play, catching the rebound and going to the net. Looks like we have a charge here. Mackin was taken to the net and laid the shoulder down, which knocked down Schreiber. So Schreiber's got it. Schreiber's going to send it over to number 5, Ann McGinnis. So the 8 and 5 connection has been happening all night tonight, scoring 5 of Ashland's 6 goals. 3 by McGinnis, 2 by Schreiber. And then Dubanowitz, who's got the ball now, is the other goal scorer for Ashland. So Ashland typically finding success, finding an open player in the middle area to get a quick shot off. Westwood's been taking away their cutters. And that was the move they've been looking for, which, good job by Westwood. They covered it up, and it was an errant pass, and ball picked up by Donaldin. So Donaldin looking for an outlet to break it out. She's got a player on her, doing a good job protecting it. She's going to send it upfield over to, looks like number 15, Jenny Mackin. So Jenny Mackin with the ball. So DeMayo, Emily DeMayo, over to Noble. Noble looking to get into the offense. Makes a move. It's going to the net. Noble's got it. Still got it. Shot. Score! Hillary Noble, the senior, on senior night no less, with the goal. Something you haven't seen too often. She is a top defender for the Wolverines. Unselfish player. Has been great on defense all year. Love to see her take it to the net. She does. Gets a shot on net and gets the well-deserved goal. And her teammates are very happy for her. They're giving her congratulations, and there was certainly excitement after that goal. And good for her. Hillary Noble. And that is the Wolverines' 15th goal. Man, if you got a defender that can knock the ball on the ground, then take it all the way down the field, then make a nice move, take it to the net and score like that, you're in some good business. And that's a great asset to have on Westwood. Unpredictable for any other teams that someone can get the ball on the ground that easily, move it as quickly as they can, but also, take it to the net if the space is given to them. What a play, what a player. And Hillary Noble, from what I understand, was picked as the player of the month by Westwood Living for this month. So congrats to her. And well-deserved. That goal right there sums up Hillary Noble and all the contributions that she's provided to Westwood over the years. Infraction on Ashland. Going to be picked up by Katie Krumzik. At 6 minutes, 22 seconds left here in the game. Wolverines are up 15-6. Ball's going to be sent down low. Thurman looking inside. Sends it to Sullivan. Sullivan scores. So Thurman to Sullivan on the connection. The two juniors connecting for the Wolverines' 16th goal. That is Sullivan's second goal of the game, and it's got to be Thurman's 5th assist, maybe 6th assist. I haven't calculated the assists, but off the top of my head, she's had about, at a minimum, 5 assists. The point guard out there. So Westwood scoring their 16th goal, being up 16-6. The clock is now ticking. We're going to have a running clock until, or if, Ashland scores the next goal. But Westwood's got the ball, and they got the clock to their advantage. Looking to close out this game here on senior night. But some great highlights tonight. I mean, Evan, right off the top of our head, 6 goals by Charlotte DeMeo. 3 goals from Caroline Nozzolillo. 5 or 6 assists by Thurman. Thurman with some goals herself. And then the big goal by Hillary Noble, senior captain on senior night. What a way to go out as a senior. I mean, there's more games left. It's not the last game for the seniors, but what a highlight for the senior that is, no more fitting than that kind of goal. Hard-working goal, gets the turnover, brings it down the other end, sees an opening, holds, then dodges the net, and able to put it in the back of the net for the goal. What a highlight. Nothing more fitting than senior goals on senior night. We got a whistle on the field. It's an injured player, Ashland player. Looks like she is going to get up. Oh, might have been a different player. So it looks like we have a... Nope, it is her. So the Ashland player got up and she walked towards the bench. And Paul Lillo is going to take a look. Head trainer Paul Lillo. We'll hope she is okay. She was walking off, so it's a good sign. And we're back live. Ashland with the ball. Good job there by Wolverines, looking to get a stick on it. Goes over Thurman's stick, goes out of bounds, so did the job there. Forces an errant pass, causes a turnover, and it's going to be Westwood ball. But we have, I don't know, something called by the ref, which gives the ball back to Ashland, so not sure what that was. But Ashland ball regardless. Ashland going the other way. And that's the dangerous Ann McGinnis. Got it, looking to make a move. Goes outside, inside. Hillary Noble with the terrific defense. So tried to get inside on Hillary. Hillary closed that window down, tried to go outside. Hillary took that away. But ref says some kind of infraction here. McGinnis is going to have the ball with a not really great of an angle, throws it inside. Shot on net there by number 6 for the goal. So Ashland back on the board with their 7th goal. And that's going to stop the clock as it gets the lead within 9. So a nice pass there by McGinnis. She had kind of an off angle for a shooting space, chose to dish it inside to number 6, and number 6 with the finish for Ashland's 7th goal, which stops the clock. We're at 3 minutes, 18 seconds. Clock is now live with ball in play, and a nice draw control there by Charlotte DeMayo. Charlotte DeMayo going to send it down low, ball gets loose. Going to get through the end zone. A turnover and an Ashland ball. Ashland looking to work it up. Pass it up to Julia Schreiber. Schreiber's going to send it up to 16, Erin Hickey. Good job by Olivia Mason playing some great D. Hard for Hickey to get any space. Forces the turnover and picked up by Mackin. So Olivia Mason with the cause turnover. Picked up by Mackin. Sends it over to Charlotte DeMayo. Charlotte DeMayo gets the ball knocked loose. That was number 6 for Ashland, who scored the most recent goal. A whistle on the field. And we got a yellow card. So a yellow card on Charlotte DeMayo with 2 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the game. First yellow card of the game, so the first penalty we've seen. And Ashland looking to take advantage with the woman up and see if they can score a goal here. 13's got it. Lily Vitti. Ashland working it around. I gotta say, Ashland's been very impressive team. They got a lot of talented players just like that. And a big save by Donnellan again. She's had 5, 6 big saves for the Wolverines, and none bigger than that one on Julia Schreiber, who's been a very dangerous player for Ashland. The ball gets loose behind the net. Donnellan is outside of the net. Shot on net, hits the post. There was some contact there, though. And it looks like we're going to get a shooting space. Donnellan was diving for trying to get a stick out there while the Ashland player was looking to shoot on an empty net. I think she ran into her, which caused some contact, and both hit the ground. But going to be a shooting space. Are they going to give her a flag? We don't know. Both refs are speaking with each other. So it's going to be a shooting space with no goalie in the net. I haven't seen this ever. But let's see what happens. I mean, she have the angle. She's going to run, pull out, but Kate Sullivan was able to get that loose, but infraction there. So now the goalie's able to get back in the net. So regardless, great play by Kate Sullivan, able to get a stick on that, which gets the goalie in the net, and another save by Donnellan. Unbelievable. 2 big plays. You have the Sullivan is able to knock the ball loose, which allowed Donnellan to get back in the net. Then Donnellan gets in the net with the big save on the other shooting space. And then a shot missed by Ashland. So great defense by the Wolverines. Defense, and picked off there by Mackin. Mackin with the interception, going the other way. Looking to close this out. We are inside a minute here, folks. Westwood just looking to pass that ball around, let that clock tick. Up 16-7. Here on senior night. Just inside 40 seconds now. Ball's loose. Hughes picks it up. Hughes is going to send it inside, but got loose. Ref's going to say Ashland ball. So Ashland ball with 20 seconds left in the game. Ashland looking to send it up the middle. They do. Number 16 has it. Aaron Hickey. Aaron's got 2 players on here. Good job by Westwood. Knocked down by Charlotte DeMeo. So Charlotte out of the box, back on the field and contributing on the defensive end. Knocking that ball loose. Sends it up to Westwood, number 4. That was Mary Lou Cosavera, and that horn signals the game. So great game here for Westwood on senior night. Gets the win over Ashland, 16-7. Goal scorers, a lot of goal scorers for Westwood, most notably Charlotte DeMeo with 6 of them, but Charlotte with the first, Caroline Nozzolillo the second. Emily DeMeo got in the mix, Nozzolillo again, Charlotte DeMeo, Bridget Hughes, Kate Sullivan, Charlotte DeMeo, Jen Mackin, Charlotte DeMeo, Caroline Nozzolillo, Emily DeMeo, Charlotte DeMeo one final time, Hillary Noble, senior captain on defense with the big goal, and then Kate Sullivan finishing it off. But also not to be forgotten is all the assists by Cecilia Thurmond. What a game, and you cannot forget the back end, Donnellan. What an outstanding game by the Wolverine goaltender, Catherine Donnellan. So very, very great effort tonight by the Wolverines, particularly, great effort by the seniors. Also great impact by the loaded juniors on Westwood for the big win here in the right time, where Westwood's trying to get those wins going into the playoffs to get higher seeded in the MIA power rankings, but also leading into the playoffs that start in the next couple weeks. But thank you all for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you again soon after a great effort by Westwood winning 16-7 on Ashland.